Welcome. Newspaper review now, and then somebody has joined us to review the paper, and he is Theophilus.
Dr. Sir Ogo Ezon.
Ogo Ezon. Okay, welcome to our studios.
Thank you. What to welcome you, yes.
All right, before we take off, let's quickly get to ABS website and bring you news that are making rounds there. And the first one says,
IPOB sits at home order. Anambra Police Command reads a riot act, warns against threat to public peace.
All right, federal government asked to adopt proactive measures to control flood menace.
Southeast governors target transformation of regional health sector.
And the last one there say how balanced diet, exercise promote healthy living. And this one is coming from experts. Okay, let's first of all look at the first news item there. IPOB sits at home order. Anambra Police Command reads riot act once against threat to public peace. Yes, Doc?
Any group could have reason to celebrate anything. But if they want to ask others to join them, they will convince them. And if the majority of people are convinced about what they are saying, they have to be ordered. Okay? There must be peace in Anambra State. There must be peace in Nigeria. And I want to believe that if you have a cause and you want to genuinely achieve that cause, target that cause with faith, target it with peace, target it with tact.
Okay,
and you have to obey the government of the state.
Okay, but they said it is sit at home. Does sitting at home constitute any threat to public peace?
It does, if people agree. Okay? Sitting at home may not constitute any problem to the society. But then if the people agree to the policy of that group, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay? But if the government says don't do it, then listen to the government.
No, but when you say sit at home, it's just not done.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, actually.
I mean,
let me tell you.
Reach to peace.
Yes, actually, let me tell you. Just like people can decide to embark on hunger strike. If somebody is not happy about what's happening, he can say, I will not eat. You cannot force somebody to eat unless you lure him to eat.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, the second one says federal government to adopt proactive measures to control flood menace. And you know that we have had a bit of that recently, though we thank God it hasn't gotten to the level that NEMA projected.
Yeah, actually, you see, this issue of flooding, if our people can only listen to advice of experts, we could get out of it. But the fact is that we contribute in the problem we face, or that face us. If people take care of the drainage checks, if people take care of the alerts from the government experts, take for instance, in August 5th, there was alert in Atlanta where I visited. Every 5 minutes, there was alert. There is going to be flood. Please take care of your area. Every 5 minutes it will repeat. And people took it for granted. And lo and behold, I was there in Atlanta. Within few minutes, rain came. And every basement was filled with water. And people then started to take care of their basement by evacuating something. They ignored it. Yes, if we Nigerians can listen to the experts through the federal government, we don't have any problem of flood. That's what I'm trying to say.
And we pray we won't have any problem.
I will pray we won't have any problem.
Okay, for what of time, let's move ahead now.
Yeah.
Daily Times is our first paper for today. And then the banner headline, Theophilus.
Forex T-bills orders record 99.5 trillion turnover in 7 months, with the rider as 3 banks account for 44.90 trillion naira FX turnover, and investors trade $1.93 billion Forex in 6 days. Up there, again, Buhari declines accent to electoral amendment bill, with the rider cites drafting issues, unaddressed errors by lawmakers for refusal. Will respond shortly. National Assembly is talking. Mob attack. Journalist as gunmen kill 11 in Plateau. Court sentences 2 Reuters journalists to 7 years imprisonment. Atiku storms Lagos. Explain why he deserved to be president.
Okay, let's go ahead now. Let's first of all look at this one. I think this one says again, Buhari declines assent to electoral amendment bill, and then cites drafting issues, unaddressed errors by lawmakers. But I know that these amended electoral bills have been sent to him, and he pointed this one out in the first place. And then the thing went back to the Senate and the National Assemblies, and they amended it and sent it back to them. And he has not said anything before now.
Well, I don't know. There is always a secret agenda in every administration. But the secret agenda that we fear Buhari is nothing, is not going to be to the benefit of Nigerians. Okay? I see no reason why there should be due process followed. And people who are the helm authority, who should just give approval for that thing to be done, should sit at it. It's not fair enough. And that is the problem Trump is facing today. He is the head of state of America, but you can see Americans are free to talk to him as they wish.
That's civilized world.
That's
Let's
civilized
look
world.
at this way.
I don't think it's fair enough.
I know that if you send any bill to the, that's what the Constitution said.
Yes.
If you send any bill to the president and he does not assent to it, after 30 days,
yes,
that the National Assemblies are free to pass the bill by majority vote.
Then why has our own National Assembly not done that?
That is what I want us to look at now.
Yeah, because National Assembly said we'll respond shortly because they're going to reply.
Let them respond as shortly as possible because we need due process and correct attitude to life.
Okay.
I don't think many people are happy now in Nigeria. And the sooner the head of state addresses this issue, the better for us.
Okay, Plateau issue is still ongoing because I said mob attack, journalists as gunmen kill 11 in Plateau. Does it mean that this Plateau stuff cannot end?
Let me tell you. And the Englishman says that a hungry man is an angry man, and an angry man cannot behave rationally. Okay? Let the federal government address the problem facing the people who are constituting this mob action.
How do you want them to address it?
What do you mean? Let them go and find out the cause and address the cause and stop it. Okay? If the Fulani people are disturbing peaceful people, tell the Fulani people something. What every time you say you will set out people to go and address it. Address it. At least address one or address two. Let the people hear and be quiet. If the people see that the federal government is coming to their aid, there won't be any mob action. That's my view about it. A mob action is not just instantaneous. It is cumulative. And when it reaches the peak, you find it difficult to stop it.
Okay.
Remember the phone numbers on your screen there. You can call and make contributions to what we are talking about here. Well, it is audience participatory. We'll move on to the Punch newspaper.
Oh, the Tribune now.
Okay, the Tribune.
Okay.
The banner headline there says, Buhari declines assent to electoral amendment bill with the rider PDP to National Assembly override Buhari's veto. Well, up there we have protesters at APC Secretariat demand direct primaries. And then down there we have another 13 killed, 12 others injured in Plateau. Still on the amendment
bill.
Yes.
Since we have seen one, let's quickly see this other one. Protesters at APC Secretariat demand direct primaries. We know very recently that the APC came out to say that they are going to give direct primary to the presidential candidates and indirect to the governors. Of course, we heard that the governors asked for that. Okay, but now it does appear the table has turned and everybody is demanding no. If we are going direct, we'll go direct. If we are going indirect, we'll go indirect.
And that's the correct attitude to it. Why should you say direct for others and indirect for a unique people? Let people come and convince the electorate. Let them, whether you are serving governor or you are a private candidate or you are just trying to enter politics, come and convince the public that this is what you want to do for them. And if they listen to you and they consider your antecedents and they are convinced, they vote for you. And that will be when we have peace in Nigeria.
And what do you think the governors are asking for indirect primaries?
They have their secret agenda.
And what could it be?
They have their secret agenda. Why can't they do what other people are doing? My people, come and tell the people that you love them. And the people will say, yeah, this is our man. And they vote for you if they are convinced. Leave people to do it freely. That's my attitude to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Punch newspaper.
At the Punch newspaper again, Buhari refuses to sign the electoral bill. We talked about that. Then up there we have FGA extends Lagos-Ibadan Express project's completion dates to December 2019. Up there we have Buhari is healthier than 80% of Nigerians. Giga is talking. And then we have 14 dire suspected herdsmen attack Plateau again. Okay, down there we have Saraki heads PDP campaign team for Osun governorship poll. Primaries APC National Working Committee meets over timetable and costs of forms. Okay, so let's take the still on the primaries of APC cost of forms.
Well, I know that if a group agrees on the cost of forms and the cost is okay by the members, they will concur. But if the cost is outrageous, they should speak out.
55 million.
Well, if they accept it, okay. Is there no consensus? Why should they just say that which is not affordable to people? But if it's affordable, go. And that is why, excuse me, that is why should you charge 55 million to pick a form to show intent of contesting? Which
To
could
express
be
interest.
to express
It
interest.
does not necessarily mean
just,
that you are going
which can
to.
just go to the air, just like that.
Okay, but why we want to look
I don't
at
think
it,
it's fair. You know. Well, I think what they are doing is to eliminate, to reduce the number of.
But the same administration that signed the bill of not too young to rule. If the young ones, can they have this kind of?
These young ones, where have they amassed the way to do that?
So
how can they? What I'm trying to say is that you want to encourage, if the parties want to encourage young ones to come on board, let them reduce this thing to their affordable rates.
okay.
And
I was actually concerned about the recent rating that Nigeria had as the poorest country around, and then it's outrageous for a country that its citizens are so poor that they cannot afford to eat daily to be
fix
talking about amounts like this.
That is impostorism.
Okay, there's another one there down there at the point. The acting DSS boss bows to presidency, recalls redeployed officers. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I am not there. But then, people should try to be open. I have always said it. People should try to be open. Why should they declare that? Allow people to get what is due to them. If you give people what is due to them, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't mind fear about it. I don't know how you...
All right, let's move on. Nation Newspaper is the next paper that we'll have for you this morning.
Okay, why APC opted for direct primary by Oshomole with the rider there, protesters Ogun senator for direct primary, Adamawa chooses indirect primary. And then up there we have crisis rocks PDP over tickets for lawmakers. Lagos to resident doctor shelf plan strike. And then down there we also have CBN probe MTN banks for 30 months. Okay. Still on the direct and indirect primaries.
Yes. But that's another story that we need to look at. The crisis
if
PDP.
We look at that direct and indirect primary and see how many papers are approaching it, you see that it is the view of generality of Nigerians. Let there be direct primaries. And if you have direct primaries, people will now say, yeah, this is our candidate. You don't impose people on people by way of one strategy or another.
Okay, PDP is saying that it's a crisis rocks PDP over tickets for lawmakers. They're having their own crisis.
Every party has her own party. I mean, her own party problem. If they have let them address it and let their people come up with correcting. I don't think it should be hide and seek.
Okay, okay. Before we get to the next paper, that's our story here. China offers Nigeria that's $60 billion for project, and you know that the president is in China now with a whole lot of people. Even our governor is also one of the entourage. And we are asking, do you see that trip as a plus to this administration?
I should think it is a plus, because you see, before China was seen as an inferior nation, just like Japan was before. Eventually, Japan took over. Now you can see most of the technological gadgets we are using now are made from China. If they could have arrangement to come and sensitize the youths who are full of knowledge here, and then transfer their knowledge to Nigerians, and the youths who are yearning for opportunities to exhibit their knowledge are given opportunity to interact with Chinese, I think it's a plus. I think it is a plus, because even ordinarily without that collaboration, Nigerians, we have had that day that young children from Onitsha defeated all the states in Nigeria, defeated all the states in Africa, defeated all the people in the whole world. I was in America at that time, and every person was talking about why this Nigeria, this Nigeria. I thought, go and sit down. Have you heard of this computer you are using today and this internet who gave you the gadget that you are using? Nigeria is great, and if the children in primary school could do that, you cannot imagine when secondary school could do that. You can imagine what will happen if people who have got advanced can come and
their age bracket between 14 and 16.
Just look at it, yes. So I think it is a plus to us.
Okay, it is. Let's look at Guardian newspaper.
Well, Guardian newspaper still has this banner headline: Buhari declines assent to electoral bill. The party rules out automatic tickets amid protests. INEC raises the alarm over 10 million uncollected PVCs. I think we should talk about that.
Well, if people go and register and they do not go to collect it, I think it calls for wonder and surprise and worry. Okay? Let me tell us, if Nigerians genuinely register and we are armed with our PVC cards, and we go to the polls and vote on the day of election, and the power that be give us the impression that it's going to be free and fair, as we always hear, I think we shall have credible election. But the issue of going to register and not going to collect, that is the issue now. You register and you have quantum not collected. I don't think it is fair enough.
From investigation from a whole lot of people are saying that the INEC did not make it available to them, and then as a matter of fact, that most of them have gone to INEC offices and it is not there.
And that will show us.
So, but if INEC will go a little bit away from asking people to come, maybe going to knowing that they have the number in the local government and send it to them, would it be a better approach to
INEC is not helping matters. Even during registration, people will stay from morning till evening. They will not be They will not begin the opportunity to register. And now that they are registered, give them their cards. They are holding it. Let them tell the world what they want to use that card for. Let them tell the world what they want to use that card for. Why shouldn't, if you go and buy something, you are entitled to your receipt? Are you saying INEC is keeping those cards for themselves? Who is keeping? Why not register? But they've been going about to collect it and they were not given. No, they've been going about asking people to come and collect their PVCs. So how come? But people are saying that they went to collect and they were not given. Really? Yes. And even some people accuse them of demanding something to make it free. I don't know. I didn't go. I have my own. Okay. But what I'm saying is, if there are people who genuinely registered and they went there and collected their own, let others go and collect. But if people went there to collect and they didn't get, let there be a new date again for people to come and collect. After they have registered, the registration is closed But you can always extend the date for collection, which is okay if you want this to be credible, actually.
Okay, and I would like us to look at this. PDP kicks urges National Assembly to override decision. Still talking about the electoral bill that the president has declined signing. Do you see the National Assembly overriding the decision of the president? I've asked this question before, and I want to ask it again because this thing is constitutional. How do I put it? Okay, you are supposed, what you're supposed to do constitutionally.
Let me tell you, if the National Assembly fails to do their duty, whether it calls it overriding the duty of head of state or not, they have failed the nation. If the head of state refuses to append his signature to what the people have said, and the 30 days ultimatum has elapsed, let the National Assembly go on and do their right thing.
Okay,
if they fail to do that, they have failed Nigerians. Okay,
let's look at it this way again, because I know that if you say that they should do it with maybe two-thirds majority or whatever, they might not be able to get it in the House because majority of the people in the House are APC members. So if they don't get the majority to override the decision of the president, so what will happen? What will happen?
Yes, well, if they do that, the people are watching, and we're going to the polls. Whatever is their take, because the people who are going to vote will show them. Okay, but if they are true to their nature and true to what they are supposed to do, tell the head of state who is a party man to do the correct thing.
And do you see the election going on without the signing of the electoral bill?
I don't think it's going to be wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think that's all. How far we can go this morning in the newspaper review. We'd like to thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.